They called it the hottest nightclub in the city, a place where the music never stopped, and the drinks flowed until dawn. But beneath the flashing lights and thumping bass, something sinister was happening. For months, people had been disappearing, and no one seemed to know why. Sophia, a young bartender, had been working at the club for almost a year. She loved the energy, the people, and the tips. But recently, things had felt different. Patrons would leave with strangers and never return. The club's management brushed it off, saying people just got too drunk and wandered off. But Sophia wasn't so sure. One night, as the crowd surged and the music blared, she noticed a man at the bar. He was handsome, well-dressed, and had a calm, confident demeanor. Women flocked to him, laughing and leaning in close. He never stayed with one person too long, moving from one target to the next. Something about him made Sophia uneasy. As the night went on, Sophia saw the man leave with a young woman. Her face was flushed, and her movements were unsteady. Sophia thought about saying something but hesitated. Maybe it was just a normal hookup. But when she came to work the next night, she saw the same man, this time with someone else. Sophia started paying attention. The pattern was clear. The man, who she heard others call Lucas, would come in a few nights a week. He'd charm someone, spend an hour or two talking to them, and then they'd leave together. And every time, the person he left with wouldn't return to the club. She decided to confront her boss about it. "Do you know anything about this guy? The one who keeps leaving with different women?" she asked. Her boss waved her off. "People come and go, Sophia. It's none of our business." But Sophia couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. Her fears were confirmed a week later. Sophia was scrolling through the news on her break when she saw a headline: "Local woman missing after nightclub visit." The photo was of the same woman she'd seen leave with Lucas. Her heart raced. This wasn't just in her head. That night, Sophia decided to follow Lucas. She waited until he left with his latest target, a young woman named Kayla who had been celebrating her birthday. Sophia grabbed her jacket and slipped out the back door, keeping a safe distance as she trailed them through the streets. They ended up at an apartment building a few blocks away. Sophia watched as Lucas led Kayla inside. The building was old and looked almost abandoned. She hesitated, unsure of what to do. Calling the police felt like the right move, but without proof, they might not take her seriously. Against her better judgment, she decided to go inside. The hallway was dark and smelled of mildew. Sophia could hear muffled voices coming from one of the apartments. She pressed her ear to the door and heard Kayla's laughter, but it was followed by something else, a sharp cry. Her stomach dropped. She tried the doorknob, and to her surprise, it turned. Inside, the scene was horrifying. Lucas stood over Kayla, who was slumped in a chair, barely conscious. On the table next to him was a syringe. Lucas turned when he heard the door open, his charming smile replaced by a cold, predatory stare. "You shouldn't be here," he said, his voice calm but threatening. Sophia froze for a moment, but then grabbed a lamp from a nearby table and swung it at him. The lamp shattered, and Lucas staggered back. She took the chance to grab Kayla and drag her out of the apartment. Adrenaline fueled her as she ran down the hallway, Lucas's footsteps close behind. They burst onto the street, and Sophia screamed for help. A group of bystanders intervened, and Lucas fled into the night. The police arrived soon after, and Kayla was rushed to the hospital. She was shaken, but alive. Sophia told the police everything she knew, and an investigation into Lucas began. But he was careful, and tracking him down wouldn't be easy. The nightclub shut down temporarily, but Sophia knew the danger wasn't over. Lucas was still out there, hunting for his next victim. She couldn't forget his chilling words, "You shouldn't be here." It wasn't just a warning. it was a promise. Sometimes predators hide in plain sight, blending into the chaos of the night. For Sophia, the nightclub would never be the same.